Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to decorate a 4th of July themed cake. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here I have two 6-inch cakes that have already baked, cooled, and chilled. I'm using a leveler that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. If you don't have one, you could always use a serrated knife, but all I'm doing is splitting them in half to have 4 layers of cake. Now to start assembling it, here I have a piping bag. I purchased these off Amazon, and I have some buttercream that I've dyed blue. Okay, I'm just gonna spoon some into my piping bag, and I do put my piping bag into a cup and fold it over. It's just so much easier for me to do it this way. Okay, and once your buttercream is inside your bag, you just want to go ahead and twist the ends, and we're gonna go ahead and snip off the tip of the piping bag and apply a little bit of buttercream onto the board just to hold our first cake layer in place so it doesn't slide around. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and place my first layer onto the board, removing the parchment paper. A tip of mine is always use parchment paper in your cake pans when baking your cakes. It's so much easier to get out. Alright, so now I'm putting a border of buttercream around the cake because I am going to fill it with this homemade berry jam filling that I made. Now we're just going to repeat this step with all the cake layers until we get to the top of the cake. Now for the top of the cake, we're going to put it down with the smooth side up, so it could give us a very smooth top. Now when you're done adding all your layers, you want to put this in the freezer for about 10 minutes so the buttercream can set and the cake layers won't be moving around on you. Okay, once that's set, now it's time to do our crumb coat, which means we're going to add a thin layer of buttercream just to seal in all the cake crumbs so we can have a nice smooth finish at the end. So once you have enough buttercream on there and got it smooth enough with your small spatula, here I'm taking an icing smoother and just going around it one time just to give it a little more of a smooth finish. Now taking the small spatula, I'm just gonna bring in the icing that is over the cake. Now once you've done your crumb coat, go ahead and put it back into the freezer for about 10 minutes. And here we are moving on to the final buttercream layer. Just from experience, you won't get this right on the first try. I've been doing cakes for a few months now and it's taken me a lot of practice, but just do your best. It might be a little frustrating, but it's not gonna come out as smooth as you want it. If it does, then great job. Okay, so now here there's little patches that didn't get covered. All you want to do is grab some more buttercream and put some on there and do it all over again. Go ahead and smooth it as smooth as you can. And you just want to keep smoothing it until you're satisfied with the way it looks. Now for the fun part. Here I have some white fondant that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this fondant out. If you're working on your countertop, you want to sprinkle some powdered sugar so the fondant doesn't stick, but if you're using parchment paper like I am, you don't have to worry about that. Go ahead and work with your fondant to get it smooth enough for you to roll out with no lumps or bumps. Once your fondant is rolled out, you're going to take a mini star cutter and start cutting as many stars as you want out. So now if your fondant isn't sticking to your cake, you want to grab one of these Wilton, well, it doesn't have to be this brand, but one of these little food safe brushes, and apply a little bit of water, very small amount of water, to the back of your fondant to stick it on your cake. If you put too much water, it will start melting your fondant. And here I'm just going to start placing these stars randomly wherever on the cake. Okay, so now for decorating the cake, I have this 2D, I believe it's called drop flower tip that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. I purchased 2 of them, one for my red icing and one for the white. I'll go ahead and slip this into the bag, and we're going to cut the tip of the piping bag so the tip falls through just enough. Okay, now what we're gonna do is just do a swirl motion going up, just like that, and we're just gonna alternate the colors. I did do the white swirly thing a little smaller than the red. Okay, so I also wanted to decorate the bottom just to hide any imperfections. I'm just doing a pulsing motion with that same tip from the bag and just going all around the cake. It looks like little ribbons. Now our last step is just to add some cute sprinkles that I purchased from Michael's, very inexpensive. And there's my daughter. She loves sprinkles. She's gonna help me out. And I'm just gonna sprinkle these on top. And here is the final result of the cake. This is a very easy beginner's cake video for you to follow. If you do recreate this cake, please tag me at Angela's Little Treasures on Instagram. I'd love to see. And everything that I used, I will make sure to link it in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so I could keep uploading more videos for you guys.